in some way, I already did give up before hololive. I mean, you guys know that because I talked about it before. But there was like one tiny flame and waiting to be ignited. It's understandable after you try for such a long time in so many different ways, eventually feeling like it's over and giving up. It might be sad, but in some ways also realistic, and at some point, like, maybe you need to accept that something is just not happening. If it's something unrealistic, I don't know. If you really tried for like 10 or so years, then maybe it's time to move on. But then again, I mean, look at me. I mean, I'm not doing exactly 100% what I wanted to do, but I'm doing something that's just as amazing and fulfilling and makes me happy. I'm like, actually, maybe it's even better. In some ways, it's even better. I want to tell people to never give up, but I understand that at some point, it might be a good thing to give up and move on to something else if you've just spent so much time on it. I don't know. It's hard to say. Because, like, you can't but, like, just hang on to something for your whole fucking life if it's just not happening. But you should at least give it everything you got for as long as you feel like you can. And if you get to a point where you personally feel like you've tried everything you could, really, 100%, and you would be fine with moving on to something new, because that's even though I was really down, I was ready, I think, to move on. So at least do it until you feel like you're at a place where you think it's better to find a new goal or a new dream that maybe is more in your reach. Yeah, there are limits. As much as we like to say you can do anything, I'm sorry, this is maybe out of character. As much as I am really always like, fight, yeah, I am also a very realistic person. I like to look at things very realistic. And it's, yeah, I think it's also dangerous to waste too much time. When I say too much time, I'm really speaking of like 10, 20 years. You only live once. You know? You only live once, and you gotta make the best out of the time that you're on this earth. If you try hard, sometimes things are just locked like a DLC, but you can't even pay for it. What you need is luck. Okay, sometimes you even need money for certain kind of success, but sometimes there's just barriers that you cannot overcome with what you currently have, what the methods and the material that you're working with. Sometimes it's not your fault, it's just luck. And for example, if you try to do something that's like a business or a career or something that only works in certain requirements, like let's say you can only do it until a certain age. I don't know, you would say that, for example, modeling you can do at any age because they always need models for any age, but if you want to be like a supermodel that walks on Victoria's Secret catwalk, then let's be real, you're probably not gonna start doing that with 40, you know? And that's the point where you should probably start being realistic. Oh yeah, athletes, for example. Yeah, athletes, you gotta start early with that. But hey, feel free to still do some kind of sport if you think it's fun for you and it's good for your body, so just do it. If you want to be a Hollywood actor, at least it's easier to do if you're like in your 20s or teens or something like that. You gotta be fresh out of the oven. It's not always like that, obviously. There's people who reach success like that as a singer, or as an actor, or as a whatever later on, but that's being lucky. I don't know, maybe they won in some kind of America's Next Superstar show or something like that. My point is, I don't know, how did we even get to this? But I recommend you guys to work hard towards your dreams and goals. And if you don't have a dream or goal, that's okay too. I don't know how old you are, but maybe you're too young to really have a really clear image if you're in your head. Or maybe you're at an age where you think you're done, but there's still other things you can do. Maybe you need to find new hobbies and interests to also connect that to a new goal and dream. But also, it's okay. I think, to be honest, it's also okay to just not have a huge dream or something. Just live your life comfortably. That is good advice too. Yeah, if you have a goal that you think that it's like unreachable, then go baby steps. Don't expect that from one day to another you're gonna reach the top of those stairs. Eventually, you'll end up at the top of the skyscraper. No, the building doesn't have an elevator.